Perfect. So, as planned, we're going to be doing the emergency stop. Right? On the way down, you said you watched some TikTok videos. What did you learn from them TikTok videos about the emergency stop? Did you learn anything at all?
You gotta like stop really quickly.
Stop really quickly. Okay. Now, thinking about stopping really quickly, why do you think you have to do that? In what situation or scenario would you do that?
For example, if like the car in front of us suddenly stops, then we would have to stop really quickly.
Absolutely.
In order not to crash into.
Yeah, perfect. Anything else? Okay, that's the only thing enough, not a problem. So an emergency stop is basically done for anything that's going to damage the front of our car, which is the radiator or the front screen. So thinking about that now, like you mentioned, it could be another car in front of you with brakes suddenly and you have to brake behind them. So it's very important that you can stop the car in time without causing an accident or anything. But think about things like animals and children, or not just children, adults as well. Do you know what I mean? A human being coming in front of you. Yeah. So anything like that, we'll have to do an emergency stop for. Right. So it's very important, like we stop the car where just there and then, to be quite honest with you, so we don't let the car roll forward. Okay. But when carrying out the emergency stop, what else do we need to take into consideration? Any idea? Think about the cars behind you. Absolutely, cars behind you. Okay. But thinking about other things, think about the weather conditions, how they can affect your driving, your stopping as well. Sorry. So stuff like the rain, the snow and ice. Do you know what I mean? It could be a very, very, very hot day and the tarmac could be soft. Do you know what I mean? It could be stuff like that as well. You have to take into consideration. The other thing you want to be looking for as well is the actual road surface that you're currently traveling on. Because as you can see ahead of us now, we've got a smooth surface ahead of us, so it's perfectly fine. But we've been on roads where we've had the gravel surface, so there's loose stone chipping as well. Do you know what I mean? So you've got surfaces like that, so it makes the car even harder now to stop because there's more chance of skidding now than there will be on this road. But like I said, even with the weather as well, you gotta take that into consideration. Even though it's not raining now, during the day it has been raining. As you can see, the floor is still wet. There's no puddles or nothing, but you can still start, the colour of the ground is still wet. So taking all that into mind as well. Okay. Any questions so far? Not at the moment. Perfect. So that's the stuff you have to take into consideration when carrying out emergency stop. When it comes like to the smaller animals like the cats, the birds and stuff like that, unfortunately we don't have to carry out an emergency stop for those because it's too risky. You can sound your horn just to make them aware of your presence as well, so they can run away. Cats are designed to run out of danger, run away from danger. Birds, depending on how many guts they have nowadays, they're normally designed to fly away. Do you know what I mean? That's the way their brain works. It should come fly away from danger. But bearing in mind, no matter what the size of a dog is, if you do hit a dog, you have to report it. Yeah, you have to report a dog. Yeah, so it's very important to remember that as well. Okay, so now when carrying out the emergency stop, again, it's very important that you do it correctly. Now, when it comes, I need you to remember the 3 B's for me: brake, brace, and breathe. Right? We'll start with the braking first before we go on with the rest. Right? Very important now when it comes to braking. Like I said, we wanted the car to come and stop there and then, because as you know, we're using an automatic vehicle. The car will not stall. So you've got no issue there, the car will not stall, so it will come to a smooth stop. But remember, be firm and not harsh with the brake, right? You don't want to be too harsh. What's the risk if you are too harsh with the brake? Any idea?
Neck injury.
Absolutely, yeah. You can cause yourself some severe neck injuries and stuff like that. But what do I mean then by being firm? What's the difference of firm and harsh?
Firm's like a bit more gentle.
Yep.
And the harsh is like
harsh.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. But when you say a bit more gentle, so you come to do one clean sweep all the way down. Yeah, it's very important. Yeah, so the car comes to a complete stop where we want it to stop, so it doesn't go forward and it doesn't go backwards depending on the gradient of the road. Okay, now let's come up at that's the braking. Any question on the braking?
Do I have to turn this off?
No. The hazard warning light, you don't have to. No. Okay. Any other questions? No. So now bracing yourself is very important too. What do you think I mean by when I say brace yourself? How can you brace yourself? What can you use to brace yourself? Think about what you're holding when you're driving. Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. You can brace yourself with the steering wheel there as well. Do you know what I mean? Because you're lucky you've got that in front of you. You remember your passengers don't.
Yeah.
Right? This is why, if you think back to our first lessons when we said about the cockpit, talking about the seatbelt, anybody under the age of 14 draws responsibility, anybody of that age. Now imagine if somebody was driving your car without a seatbelt, what's going to happen?
They're going to stop flying.
Yeah, they're going to start flying forward. Yeah, so it's very important to make sure everyone's got their belt on, and you brace yourself as well with the wheel, right? And your passenger's going to always use the door handle or something, whatever's around. Do you want me to help brace themselves as well? Okay. Breathe. Now, why do you think breathe's really important afterwards? Breathing.
Because you might start panicking.
Absolutely. You could start panicking. You could be in a state of shock as well. So it's very important to breathe as well. Yeah, making sure after the exercise and then you breathe and you relax, compose yourself, relax yourself before you continue on. Okay. Any questions on that?
So how would the passenger know?
The passenger won't know.
Oh.
They won't know. Yeah, they won't know. No, they won't know. Unless they see it, what's happening in front of them, so they can predict what you're going to do. So that's kind of a visual giveaway as well for them. But if it's like a car emergency stopping, again, your passengers within the car, anybody sitting at the back, they won't know. You can shout out to them. You can say something like, "I'm going to brake." You know what I mean? This car in front, so they can prepare themselves as well. But apart from that, there's no other way of them knowing. Okay. Very important now. Mirror usage. As a safe driver, this is why we effectively use our mirrors whilst we're driving, so constantly knowing the speed and distance of the vehicle behind us. The reason why it's very important now, when we're doing the emergency stop, we do not look at the mirror, right? That 1 second,
really?
that 1 second you take looking at the mirror, you can potentially save something or someone's life. Yeah, it's very important. This is why I was saying, as a safe driver, you want to make sure you're continuously checking your mirror to see what's going on behind you. Now, if you, for example, we're driving down the road, you're checking your mirrors behind you and you see what's going on behind you, you can see a car traveling closer behind you. Now you're bracing yourself for that impact as well. Yeah, you're expecting it now, right? You know, oh crap, I've just had to stop suddenly, that car's going to go, or whatever it is behind you is going to come into you. So you brace yourself for that impact. You're taking out the surprise element, where if you didn't know what was going on behind you beforehand, way beforehand, you didn't know what was going on behind you, now, like I said, the surprise elements come into it. So you've potentially stopped the car, potentially try to save whatever's in front of you. You've just been hit from the back now, and it's taking you by surprise. You could potentially let go of the brake, let go of the wheel, right, in shock, let go of the brake, let go of the wheel, and potentially whatever you try to save, you're going to hit. Yeah, so it's very important. This is what I mean, as a safe driver, this is why it's important to check your mirrors quite frequently, so you know if any incident does arise, you can actually stop the vehicle. Okay, so, but when carrying out the emergency stop, we don't check the mirrors at that point, right? We just literally confirm on the brake and that's it. Okay, any questions on that at all? Is there anything that you want me to go through again when it comes to the emergency stop? Perfect. So when carrying out the emergency stop now, because this is a training exercise, as me being your instructor, I will check our surroundings and I will make sure everything is clear before I ask you to stop. My right hand will come up and I will say the word stop, and like we said, be firm on the brake and stop for me. Okay, once you've stopped, again, it's very important now to secure the vehicle, because we want to make sure the car is fully secure before we lift that foot off the brake. Again, state of shock, if you come off the brake and your car's not secure, you can roll forward and potentially, like you normally do, yeah, you can pop it, handbrake up. On this instance, if you want for an emergency stop, you can either pop the car into neutral or take it all the way into park. Right, pop it all the way into park, but then remember, like I said, once the car is secure, remember to breathe. Right, once you've done your breather, I'm going to say to you when it's safe to do so, move off. We'll do our normal pump routine for moving off. Unless there's somebody very close behind, we will give them a signal to let them know that we're moving. If they're quite far away, we could just carry on because we're in our normal driving position. Okay, any questions? Perfect. So one more from me now, as always. Based on your confidence levels now, from a scale of 1 to 10, 1's the lowest, 10's the highest, what grade would you give yourself before we carry on out? 3. Okay, so that's really good. That's really good. Where do you see yourself by the end of this manoeuvre then? A 5? Okay, and what does a 5 look like? What does that mean to you?
A bit more understanding on, like, the stop.
The stopping. Okay, perfect. And is there any help you'll think you'll need from me to start off with?
A bit of everything.
Bit of everything. Okay. So when you say a bit of everything, would you be okay with the braking? Would you be okay with the firm grip of the wheel and all of that? Where do you think you'll need the help? I'm going to tell you when to stop. But once you stop, by me reminding you to secure the car, take a breather, things like that, and moving off and telling you what to do when moving off. How's that sound?
And maybe like a bit with the brake.
A bit with the brake as well. Okay, perfect. So as always, you'll be responsible for the safe driving of the vehicle. I'll take on the responsibility for helping you with the brake and everything else that you requested. Again, if there's any risk caused by yourself or any other road user and you're not reacting, I'll intervene my normal way. Any other questions?
None of it.
Perfect. So when it's safe to do so, I'm going to drive on, please.
Oh, I have to look this way.
Well done. Well done. Very good. Excellent. Perfect. We're just going to continue on following the road guidelines. So what should we be doing frequently? Not just because we're doing this exercise, it's because it needs to be done frequently. Because think about if something came out in front of us now and we had to do it, how do you feel the car behind you, the distance of the vehicle behind you? Pulled away now? How about this one behind you now? It's very close, yeah? I'm just going to follow around to the right. Towards me slightly. Excellent, yeah, perfect. It's very tight and narrow though, isn't it? Because of the parked vehicles on the right. Well done. That's it, perfect. Stop, so brake firm. That's it, secure the car for me. Handbrake up as well, please. Breathe for me now. Yeah, take your time, breathe for me. Okay, when it's safe to do so, we're going to drive on, so prepare the vehicle for me. Yeah, it doesn't matter, doesn't matter. Do your observations for me. Normal observations all the way around. That's it, perfect. And we can carry on straight now. Perfect, everything else perfect.
It doesn't matter
So-
like where, which like direction I stop.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. So we are going to be pulling over to the left, please. And we're going to continue on. See where the post is. The post all the way down there sticking out. That's it. The little post thing on the left with the tyre around it. Just past that.
This one's
So we'll just pull her on the left there. Perfect. Remind me again, what should we have done before the signal?
the
Let's continue going a little bit more forward for me so we're not double parking with that vehicle behind us. That's it, perfect. We'll stop about here. Excellent. Okay, we'll secure the car. Perfect. So first of all, how do you think the emergency stop went? Okay, so why?
Because before I feel like I could have checked the mirrors more.
Okay, so this is the drive. On the drive, mirrors more often because I had to kind of prompt you there as well, didn't I? With the mirrors, and we spoke about how important it is to check the mirrors. So what made you forget about the mirrors then? Were you overthinking the emergency stop? Or?
I was thinking about it. I was like, what if I stop now, then the cars would like crash into us.
No, I wouldn't do that to you, yeah? Because like I said, as a trainer, I'll make sure everything around you is safe before I tell you to stop. And if the vehicle's behind us, I won't get you to do it, yeah? But yeah, apart from that, what else do you think you could have done a little bit better? Anything else? The securing the car. Yeah, securing the car. Okay. What do you think? What happened there with securing the car? What makes you think you could have done that a little bit better?
I was a bit too slow.
Bit too slow. Okay. Not a problem. It's your first attempt, so it happens. So don't worry about it. The more we practice, the better it's going to get. How did you feel the braking was?
Was it too harsh?
What do you think?
I think it was fine.
So you thought it was fine? Okay. So if something came out in front of you, literally in front of the car, do you think we would have stopped in time without braking? with that pressure on the brake? Or do you think we need more?
Probably need more.
More, yeah, absolutely, yeah. Because remember, we still went a few feet forward before we actually came to a stop, yeah. So you want to stop the car dead there. So well done for doing it, but remember, just be a bit more firm on the brake for me, yeah. So I need the car to stop there and then, yeah. Okay. So we're going to go around it again. Okay. So when it's safe to do so, we're going to move off, please. So remember, cancel the signal for me. That's it. And where should the observation? That's it. Perfect. Well done. Very good. Excellent. So again, we're going to just sort of follow the road to the right, please. Again, what should we do before braking? Yes.